Manohar bro, I think you are saying something. You are on mute.
Prabhu, are you going to be attending the class while you are gone? Manohar Prabhu.
Your audio is on, not on, bro. I think we cannot hear you, bro. Manohar Prabhu. Yeah.
Manohar Prabhu. Sadhujanand Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So I
Okay,
think we are all good now and we can start. Let me share the screen.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Oh yeah, now the sound is coming. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatadham Bande Shri Gurum Dintaranam Pramanand Madhvam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanto Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Desha Tarine जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय भक्ति शास्त्री कोर्स की जय हरे कृष्णा लास्ट क्लास we started the nectar of devotion, which is summary of Bhakti Samrita Sindhu, and we went through preface. And in preface, we are mostly seeing, at least many things were there, but most important thing for us is what is the definition of Bhakti Samrita Sindhu? What is the meaning of this word Bhakti Samrita Sindhu? And then we also heard about pastime of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, especially Rupa Goswami, meeting with Mahaprabhu in Prayag and getting personal instruction, which is in detailed mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, Rupa Goswami is talking to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is imparting him the methods of devotional service, and then that method is later compiled by Rupa Goswami as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Bhakti Ras Amrita Sindhu. Bhakti is devotional service, and Rush means mellow. So devotional service can be done in multiple mellows, and Amrita is eternal, and Sindhu is ocean. So Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is basically an ocean of the eternal mellow of devotional service. So that's what we talked last time, and we also discussed about benefit of putting the water at the root. Because if you put the water at the root, then stem, branches, twigs, leaves, everything gets nourishment. But if we pour the water at the leaves, the twigs and branches and the stem would not get the nourishment. So devotional service to Supreme Lord is like that. By devotional service, we get overall nourishment. Everything else get nourished. All parts of the processes that we have, or all types of processes that we have, jnana, karma, stang yoga, all of that, the results of all of that is achieved by devotee who are engaged in process of devotional service. And it's when we try to connect with Krishna, this connection is beyond the purview of our other connections. It's eternal connection, and that connection lasts with us forever. Today, we are going to start the second part, which is introduction, before we get into chapters. And introduction is extremely powerful. Nectar of Devotion introduction. You should very carefully uh, read it. So in the introduction of Nectar of Devotion, uh, there are Mangalacharan, and we'll talk about what is Mangalacharan. Mangalacharan has three component. We'll talk about that. And then definition of pure bhakti is also presented here. What is the meaning of word bhakti? Okay. And once we understand that term, or once we know the definition of bhakti, then going forward, we are going to keep that definition with us. And whenever we'll see, wherever we'll see this word bhakti, we'll understand that particular definition that we are going to see. So please pay attention. So many important concepts will come in this discussion, introduction in the very beginning. And I would like you to make sure that you understand those terms. So introduction is what we are going to talk. And then chapter one, once it gives the definition of bhakti, then it talks about what is the characters, what are the characters of the bhakti. So let's get into introduction. So introduction has many paragraphs, but up to first 9 paragraphs. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Up to 9 paragraphs, these three major things are mentioned, or these three items are mentioned. First one is Mangalacharan, which are given up to paragraph number 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure that you have the Nectar of Devotion books in front of you while we are talking. And then 7th paragraph talks about brief description of what are the contents of this book. And then up to 9 uh, paragraph, so 7, 8, 9 talks about the content. And then after 9, definition of pure devotional service, definition of bhakti. Bhakti for us is going to be pure devotional service. Bhakti of pure devotional service is presented. So first 6 paragraph is talking about Mangalacharan, and then last, not last, but subsequent 3 paragraph talks about content of Nectar of Devotion. And then after, there are other paragraphs that's helping us understand what exactly this term bhakti is. What is the real meaning of word bhakti? So we'll see one by one. But I would like you to remember, make a note, in your way. Those are there, but I'm going to zoom in and you would see a little bit more than what you would see in the purport or in the summary, not in the purport, it's summary. So I'm taking some reference for Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. and trying to present the same information as Prabhupada is putting in different paragraph. So we'll take Prabhupada's paragraph and we'll talk the content that Prabhupada is presenting, but we'll zoom in, we'll try to understand that little deeper using Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. Satyanarayan Prabhu, you were not in the last class. Are you okay so far, or do I have to do anything special for you?
Prabhu, I watched. Yes, I was. I missed that last class, Prabhu. I
So
watched.
last class, as I said, we just gave the definition of Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu. I summarized it, and then we talked Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu is based off teaching that was given by Mahaprabhu to Rupa Goswami. So I kind of gave a summary of it. And if you like to know a little bit more, then you can hear the recording of last class.
I did. I did, Prabhuji. I went through recording.
Okay. So do you have any doubt, any questions, any concern?
Um, so the recording is not fully completed. So I think one fourth is still pending. So I need to go still finish it off.
Okay. Okay,
Uh,
Prabhu. So anytime you can ask me anything that you have. Okay.
sure, sure, Prabhu. Thank you.
So Mangalacharan has three components, very important for us to know. Mangalacharan has three components. The first component is Vastu Nirdesh. And Vastu Nirdesh basically tells what is the goal, what is the subject matter, what subject matter we are talking, and what is the essence of that subject matter that we are talking about. And then Ashirwad is benedictions to reader or benediction to personalities who are receiving this knowledge. And then third part is Namaskar, which means paying offering our obeisances to Guru, Krishna, and devotee. So you would see that when we start any discussion, we say Mangalacharan prayer, right? And in Mangalacharan prayer, we start Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Jana Tasmai Sri Guru Nama. That's Namaskar. That's offering to our Guru. And then we finally say Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. That's also has offering Namaskar to Panchtattva. And then Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is the subject matter. Krishna is the subject, main subject of our discussion. What is our subject matter? Devotional service of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So anything that we discuss, any subject matter that we discuss, that is discussing about how to be a sadhaka, a bhakta, and what is the process to be bhakt, devotee. So our subject matter is mostly geared toward Krishna, knowing Krishna and his bhakti. And Ashirwad is benedictions. Sometimes we also call it Falashruti. So in Bhagavatam, you would hear that at the end or before the chapter ends, there are few verses that says that whoever hears this narration of discussion between four Kumaraj and Prithu Maharaj, they will be liberated, or the person who is hearing the narration from the narration of Prithu Maharaj talking to his citizens will free from all the material contaminations, right? So those are benedictions that are given. So Mangalacharan has this three component. I hope from going, I'm sure if you don't know, from here onward, you should know now. You should remember that when we offer Mangalacharan has this three component. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is starting compilation of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he writes series of verses. First 7 verses are basically Mangalacharan verse. So that is not the scope of our discussion now, but I just wanted to, uh, give you the example. So Mangalacharan has this three component: Vastu Nirdesh, Ashirwad, and Namaskar. Say, this is coming from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Say Mangalacharan hai Trividha Prakar, Vastu Nirdesha, Ashirwad, Namaskar. That's given by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So what we are seeing here is coming from one of the verse. Mangalacharan has these three component. So out of this 9 paragraph, now we'll see each paragraph is talking about what. So first paragraph talks about Vastu Nirdesh. It says, invoking auspiciousness, Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all the causes. That's how it starts. Ishvara Brahma Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Nadi Radhi Govinda Sarvakaran Karnam. The Supreme Father, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and he is cause of all the causes. So the first paragraph is talking about Vastu Nirdesh. And then from second to fourth paragraph, it talks about Namaskar. And Namaskar of Guru, the spiritual master, and Vaishnava, devotee of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then verse number 5 and 6, talking about Asirvad, benediction. So that's how we are going to see. We are going to see the section that's talking about Vastu Nirdesh, Namaskar, and Asirvad. And then after that, definition of pure bhakti, pure unalloyed devotional service is given. So, Vastu Nirdesh Sloka of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 111, very first verse. What is the Vastu Nirdesh of Nectar of Devotion? What is the Vastu Nirdesh of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Means what is the subject matter? And to that subject matter, what we are going to learn. So subject matter is Akila Samrita Murti Prasarmara Ruchira Rudh Taraka Palihi Kalita Shyam Lalito Radha Prayan Vidhur Jayati. So the subject matter of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is Akhil Rasamrita Murti. Very important term. Akhil Ras Amrita Murti. Subject matter is to know this person who is Akhil Rasa, who is possessor of all rasa, all mellows. Okay, Krishna is possessor of all mellow. So you'll see the verse. What exactly we mean by saying that? And Amrita Murti, and he is a eternal personality. Murti means he has a form. So Rupa Goswami is teaching us that we are going to know about that person who is personification of all rasa, all mellows, and he is a person, because there is a big debate in Shastric conclusions that who is the Lord, and he is personal or he is impersonal. He has a form or he has no form. So in the very first verse, Sri Rupa Goswami is saying us that now we are going to study, we are going to talk about that person who possesses all the rasa, and he is a person. He's not impersonal. He's not formless. He has a. That's why the specific word murtihi is being used. Vidhur jayati, and that form is of Sachitanand, Satchit Anand. No, it's the form of eternity. It's form of knowledge, and it's form of bliss, everlasting bliss. And then some of the names of his devotees are mentioned. That person has no reciprocation. He is a person who has a relationship with his devotee. And then names of the gopis such as Tarka, Pali, Shyama, Lalita are given. And then his topmost devotee, Srimati Radharani, is also mentioned. So we are going to study about that person who has form, who possesses all type of mellows. In Hindi, Sanskrit, we call it rasa, and he has many devotees, many types of devotees. And Srimati Radharani is topmost devotee. Okay, so this is Vastu Nirdesh verse. Then after this, we see the definition of this word Akhil Rasamrita Murti. This is very, very important. Very, in the very beginning itself, Sri Rupa Goswami help us understand what is, who is this Akhil Rasamrita Murti, and then he quotes a beautiful verse from 10th canto, 43rd chapter in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So we'll go through that verse. So Krishna is Akhil Ras Amrita Murti. Akhil Rasa means he possesses all types of rasa. He is reservoir of all rasa. And Amrita Murti means he has a blissful eternal form. Okay. So rasa, there are 12 types of rasa. 5 is principal rush. Anybody knows what are those 5 principal rasa? Is that mentioned here? Shanta rasa, Dasya rasa, Shakya rasa, Vatsalya rasa, and Madhurya rasa. And then there are other 7 rasa, such as Bhaya or Vishmaya or Rodra or Bhayanak rasa. So all of that is basically there. So Krishna is, there are 12 rasa, and Krishna is personification of all these 12 rasa.
Prabhuji, just to let you know, you're not sharing. So is that? Yeah.
Really? He says that I'm sharing.
No, I'm not. I don't see you.
Devotees,
Yeah.
are you seeing the screen?
Yes, Prabhu, we can see your screen.
Yes, bro, you can see.
Okay, my bad. Maybe I'm not seeing that.
Are you
Okay.
not on the laptop, Prabhu? Are you on the phone or?
No, I'm on the laptop only. Maybe let me check. Maybe I see your picture. You're talking. So let me check.
Probably you need to change the view of phone, maybe.
It's not showing you the, it's not showing you the presentation. It may be, Prabhu, log out and log in.
Yeah, let me do it, Prabhu. I don't see. Usually, I see the presentation. Initially, I saw it, but it is gone. Okay, let me check it again. Yeah. Thank you.
Or I can stop and share once again. Manor Prabhu, can you see, or
Yes, I can see.
you can see it,
I
right?
was able to see.
You're seeing now the full
No,
screen?
yes, Prabhu. Now I
Yes,
see.
yes.
Now I see. I see
Okay,
now.
Jai.
Mhm.
So this is a beautiful verse that depicts that how Krishna is Akhila Samrita Murti. It says, Malanam asana nirnam naravara istriman asmarto murtiman gopanam swajano satam chiti bhujam shastaswa pitro shishuhu mritur bhojpatir virad avishudam tattvam param yoginam vrishinam paradevat teti pirito rangam gatah sagrajah. So Malanam Asanair Narnam Nara Varahi Striman Asmaro Murtiman. So this verse is quoted when Krishna was called by Kansha to be in Mathura. And Krishna has to fight with Chanura and Mustika. So there was a great assembly. Normally, if you see in US, there is a big stadium. And in that stadium, you have two football or soccer or baseball team going to play. And then there is audience all around, different types of audience from different nationality, different family, and then the king is sitting in a special area and he's also watching. And this match is going to be fight between Krishna Balram to this Mustika and Chanura. You would have seen the picture. Are you all with me? So there are assembly of participants and Krishna is going to fight with these two great warrior, and everyone is looking at Krishna. Okay, so how the same person Krishna exchange different mellow to different people who are in the assembly is being mentioned here. So Malanam Asanir. So Malana means the one who does wrestler, right? So Chanura and Mustika, they are the wrestler. They are going to fight with Krishna. So Mala Nam Asanir, they are seeing Krishna as a thunderbolt. Now Krishna is pretty young, man, but to these two person, he appears like, a strong bodybuilder, great wrestler. And Niranam Naravaraha. And to Naranam Naravaraha, Naranam, to all of that ordinary people, he appears as Naravaraha, the best Nara out of all the Nara, of all the ordinary citizens of Mathura who are there, who are not really, have any enmity or any, envious nature. They are seeing Krishna that he is the best man among all the men. So he's best man among all the men. They are Bhishmaya. Oh, how attractive, how nice, how handsome this man looks. So Naranam Naravaraha, among the all men, he appears to be Naravaraha, the best of all the male. So that is indicated as Bhishmayaras. And Istrinam Asmaro Murtiman. And among all the women who have affection for Krishna, conjugal affection for Krishna, they see Krishna as Cupid personified. Oh, Krishna appears to them as a Cupid personified, and that is Madhurya Rasa. Gopinam Swajano, and all the cowherd friend were there, right? To them, Krishna appears as their cowherd friends, as their relative. That okay, this wrestling will over, and then we'll again go back to Vrindavan, and Krishna will go herd the cows. And today is, the very first day Krishna started herding the cows, right? So we'll go back and we'll start, again herding the cows and playing like friends as we have been playing. So they are seeing Krishna as one of their friend, and then they are also thinking as the same person, this person, oh, we have, uh, defeated him so many times. In our wrestling, we defeat him. So he definitely, I don't know what's going to happen, but we have defeated him so many times. Now this person is going to fight with this great wrestler. So both Shakya and Hasyaras is being felt by the friends of Krishna. And Ashatam Chiti Bhujam Shashta. And then there are Chiti Bhujam. There are so many other rulers there, kings there, from Kansa's side, like Jarasandha and all of them. So when they are looking at Krishna, Krishna appears to them as a chastiser, and that is Rodra Rasha. Swah Pitro Shishuhu. And those members who are like a parental type or parental category, like forefathers and fathers type of personality, to them, Krishna appears as a Shishuhu, as a baby. And that is Vatsalya and Karuna Rash. So the people who are of his parents type, they are looking at Krishna as a baby. Mrityur Bhojapate. And Kamsa is also looking at Krishna. And Kamsa is seeing him as death personified. Somebody who is personification of death. Mritu Sarva Harashama. Not for devotee, but to others who are envious of Krishna. To them, Krishna appears as death, such as Bhojapate. Bhojapate, the Pati, master, king, Bhoja, which is Kamsa. So Kamsa is here seeing Krishna as a death personified. as a death personification. Virad Avidusham. Avidusham is referring to those person who are not very intelligent. To them, he Virad. He he appears as a Virat form. Everything is within him. So they are seeing Krishna as a Virat, Krishna in his Virat roop. Oh, this person has done this person has done this person has done that. This person can do anything, everything that Krishna has done. So that's called Bibhats Rasa. They are saying Krishna in his Virat roop. When Arjun saw Krishna in his Virat roop, he became fearful. Who is this form? Fire is coming out of all of his mouths, and there is no end, there is no beginning, there is no bottom, there is no top. He cannot see, he just sees things which has no beginning, no end, either from left to right or top to bottom. So he gets devastated. What is this? I haven't seen anything like that. So that is Vibhats Rasa. Tattvam Param Yoginam. And to yogi who is meditating on Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ashtanga yogi especially, who are meditating. To them, Krishna is absolute truth, and that is Shantarasa. Krishna is the object of all other meditation, all other ritualistic activity that they are part of. And Vrishinam Paradevata. And Vishnis, he appears as a supreme worshipable deity, which is Dasaras. So same Krishna who is in the wrestling field appears differently to different person. Little bit off the side, Goswami Tulsidas. Normally we don't refer to him, but he has written in Magahi language, जिसकी भावना होए ही जैसी प्रभु मूरत तिन्ह दीख ही वैसी. Goswami Tulsidas says that whatever degree of reciprocation one has towards Krishna, Krishna appears to them in that form. So if somebody is approaching Krishna as Brahmanwadi, a person who does not have any form, Krishna appears to them that form. If somebody reaches to Krishna as Paramatma, Krishna appears to them as Paramatma. If somebody reaches to Krishna as Bhagwan, Krishna appears to them as Bhagwan. If somebody is reaching Krishna as a beloved, as an object of their love, Krishna appears to them in that form. So the same Supreme Personality of Godhead is having different types of reciprocation with different personality, depending on how they are seeing Krishna. So Krishna is here very much exhibiting his Akhil Rasamrita. He is exhibiting his Akhil Rasamrita form, where he is having reciprocation in different rasa to different person. So that Krishna is subject matter of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. By knowing Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, we are going to know that Supreme Lord Krishna in depth. How to know him? Through the process of bhakti. So making sense so far, dear devotees? Is it making sense so far before we start talking about the Namaskar?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. That is very beautiful words to meditate upon how the different different people are perceiving Krishna, even the same Krishna personality of Godhead. Thank you so much for sharing that verse.
I love that verse.
Yeah, we should memorize that verse. That's what I feel like.
Memorizing a little difficult, I
Okay.
know, because
Yeah.
it's but if you can memorize, that'll be really nice. So the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, he appears differently to different person. And who is our subject matter of this discussion that we are doing? That person. That Akhil Rasamrita Murti, this Sri Krishna is the subject. We are trying to know this Krishna. So one should know that it's very hard, unless and until we don't come to the stage of pure devotional service, we cannot understand that person. Very manjana achurito, you know, if the eye is tinged with devotion, then below Chena we can see who that Krishna is. If eye is tinged with something else, that Krishna will appear to us something else. So it's not the fault of eye, but we have to understand that what is tinged with. If it's tinged with devotion, then Krishna will appear as Bhagwan. If it's tinged with Stang Yoga, he will appear as Paramatma. If it's tinged with science of Jnana, knowledge of everything, and through the process of Jnana, if one is trying to understand Krishna, then he will appear as Brahmand. So how we are getting trained, that's how Krishna is revealed to us. Rati buddhi yogam tam tena mam upyantite, Krishna says. I give them the knowledge and wisdom by which they come to me. So our Acharya, Srila Rupa Goswami, is giving us that knowledge by which we can see him as Amrita Murti. We can see him as a person. That is why sometimes, when we uh, talk, that we should very strictly be very strict with our process and follow it very strictly. Why? Because unless and until we are not advanced, and if we let mind go in all direction, we are adding more complexity to understand that supreme person, because that person is not easy to understand. See here, all of these great personality, they are perceiving Krishna in a very great way, in a very different way. So the process is that we should align Guru Shastra Sadhu Vakya. Tine Takari Ayakya, Narottam Thakur says. Our goal is to not deviate too much. This is right, that is right. Not try to understand so many process and then not understand anything. Rather, just channel our life with the teaching that is coming from our school of thought, which is Gaudiya school. And then, in due course of time, with sufficient purification, we'll be able to understand that. So we have to, this book is extremely important book. We are called Rupanuga, means follower of Rupa Goswami. So whatever teaching it comes in this book, that is what we have to follow. That is what we have to follow to be a bona fide follower of Rupa Goswami and Prabhupada, because Prabhupada also exactly taught what Rupa Goswami has taught us. So we just finished the first part of Mangalacharan, which is Vastu Nirdesh, subject matter. And subject matter of Nectar of Devotion is knowing that Akila Samrita Murtihi. Okay. And then the second part is Namaskar. Granthera Arambha Kari Mangala Charana Guru Vaishnava Bhagwana Tinera Asmarna. So Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami is saying that now I'm going to begin writing. And I'm going to begin writing by paying my obeisances to these three personalities. Guru, my spiritual master, Vaishnava, all the devotees, and then the Supreme Lord. Why? Tinera asmarana haya vighna vinashana anayase haya nija vanchita purana. He says by remembering, by paying obeisances to these three personality, vighna, all the difficulties that has to come in the process of realization, in the process of writing personally, the work that he's going to compile, all of that will be completely destructed. Vinashana. Anyase haya nija vanchita purana. And very easily, anyas, very easily, they will enable me to fulfill my desire. Vanchita purana. Whatever desire that one has, one can get there. So by worshipping our spiritual master and all the Vaishnava and Supreme Lord, we will be able to understand the content of Nectar of Devotion. Okay, so then there are three obeisances given here. The first one is obeisances to Bhagwan. Hirdiyasya prernaya pravrito aham varak rupopi tasya hare padakamalam bande chaitanya devasya. So Hirdiyasya prernaya, here Kaviraj Goswami is saying that the prerna, that enlightenment, the direction has come to my heart to compile Chaitanya Charitamrita, and I'm fully depending on the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because me myself, he says, aham barakurupo api. He himself, he says that I have no quality. I am like a very fallen person. That's the mood of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. But I need the blessing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to compile. So we need also the blessing, and in the third part, Prabhupada is very nicely writing that one should never think that, I'm very qualified, I'm very, learned, I know everything, I got it. No, one should always think that I'm very fallen, very subservient. I have no qualification to understand this. But by the mercy of Guru and Sadhu, I would be able to understand. So we also need to know that understanding Krishna is very difficult. But by their mercy of uh, Guru and Krishna himself, would be able to understand him. So Vishrama Mandirat Tasya Mandirat Tasya Mandiratasya Sanatana Tanurmad Ishaya Bhakti Rasamrita Sindur Bhavatau Sadayam Parmodaya Sadayam Parmodaya Vishrama Mandiratya. Vishram Mandiratya Parmodaya. Means you make a nice place, you make a beautiful place. You make a beautiful house, and you make that house for enjoyment of your spiritual master, right? Or a house you build for your parents to enjoy, right? So Rupa Goswami here is taking the same mood, and he is saying that I'm going to compile this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu for Sanatan Goswami, who is my elder brother and my spiritual master, for him to enjoy, for his pleasure. So I'm doing this compilation, and I'm doing it for the pleasure of uh, my spiritual master, my elder brother Sanatan Goswami. Prabhupada saying that I'm doing all this and I'm doing it for the pleasure of my spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Maharaj. So likewise, Bhagavad is saying that I'm creating this nice, house, castle, you can say, for the enjoyment, for the pleasure. Pramodaya, Sadayam Pramodaya, for the constant pleasure, for the constant happiness of Sanatana Goswami. So may this work always serve as a recreation for Modaya, recreation hall of Sanatana Goswami for his pleasure. So he is offering, he's taking the blessing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and creating that beautiful recreation hall for the pleasure of Sanatana Goswami. And then he is giving Asirwad. He is giving obeisances to devotee. And then he says, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhau Charataha Paribhuta Kala Jala Bhyaha Bhakta Makaran Aslit Mukti Nadikan Namashyami. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This one we have to understand very carefully. Very important verse 114. It says, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhau Charataha Paribhut Kala Jala Bhyaha Bhakta Makaran Aslit Mukti Nadikan Namashyami. Wow. So the example that he is giving is that this compilation that I'm going to do, this compilation is for devotee or pure devotee, he says, or for a person, I'm giving you the purport, for a person who is aspiring for pure devotion. This compilation is for those personalities who are aspiring for pure devotion, Shuddha Bhakti. An example he's giving is that there is a fish and that called makara fish. So this makara fish likes enjoying ocean, the depth of the ocean. Makara fish swim in the deep ocean. Okay, and the makara fish does not have any interest to go to a river. Nadiyan. The makara fish does not have any interest to go to a river. So there are so many rivers which are coming and merging into ocean. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindho Chartaha means this makara fish is swimming. Chartaha is swimming in the deep Kala Jala Bhyaha. It's swimming into the depth of this ocean. This ocean is compared as the ocean of bhakti. So a person who wants to swim into the deeper layer of this ocean of bhakti, for them, I'm compiling this. It's not for those who wants to enjoy the different rivers, because all of these rivers ultimately meets into the ocean. So that river may be river of karma, river of jnana, river of ashtanga yoga, river of mukti, bhukti, mukti, whatever, one is trying to enjoy, except pure bhakti. For them, it's better for them to go and be in that river of bhukti and river of mukti and river of dhanam, janam, kavita, whatever they want, they stay in that. But this is the ocean for those who are aspiring for pure devotion. So he says that those who are aspiring to be pure devotee of Supreme Lord, they should come and swim in this ocean of Bhakti Rasa. Sindhu, this is the Sindhu of Bhakti Rasa. So joyfully swim in ocean. For those who wants to joyfully swim in this ocean and ignores the any other rivers, any other shallow body of water. And the very important thing also is mentioned here, Paribhuta Kala. So if you are swimming in a shallow river, then there are chances that when the fisherman comes and throw his net. Okay, when he throws his net, fishes which are swimming on the shallow river, swimming on surface, their chances are higher to get caught. They will get caught by fishermen. And then when fishermen will pull his net, all of those fishes which are swimming in shallow water will get caught. So he's saying that this time is like net that is thrown. And with net of time, all of this living entity which are swimming shallow will get caught. Punarapi janmam, punarapi marnam. So this ocean, Rupa Goswami says, that I'm creating for those who wants to swim deep so that they cannot get caught by the net of time. Okay, I would just like to also finish this part. Then he further says, Mimamsakah vad bagena kathinamapi puntayam ashau jihavam asfurtau sanatana suchiram tava bhakti rasamarita budho. Further, he gives the example that the first example is given that if one is caught into other short-term goals, then that person, that follower, that fish which is swimming shallow will get caught by the net of the fisherman. And then it will get killed, which means time will kill. And then again, punarapi janmam, punarapi marnam, that fish has to take repeated birth and all the torture that the fisherman will give. Second example is given here that when there is volcanic eruption that happens in the ocean, it happens in the ocean, And then there is water all around. And the people who are on the bank, who are on the beach, for them, they just come and they see, oh, there is a big volcanic eruption. But they are literally not impacted by it. They're literally not impacted by it. So further, he says that the one who wants to enjoy the rasha of bhakti, this literature is for them. Because when this volcanic eruption, and this volcanic eruption is eruption of mimamsha, people who are, jnani, people who are karmic, people who are ritualistic, people who are bhukti, all of these, they get burned, they get the heat of this volcanic eruption. But this ocean is so big that the one who is on the beach of this ocean, who is away, because this ocean is giving them that separation, then he would be fully protected. So devotees who have taken the shelter of this ocean through the process of bhakti, they will be saved. So this ocean is going to restrict, it's going to segregate. It will give the understanding that, hey, you want to follow karmic process, you want to follow the process of jnana, you want to follow the process of bhakti, it will tell you, it will give you the definitions. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is the book of the definition. It will give you that, are you bhakti kami, are you mukti kami, are you gyan kami, what is your desire, or are you the one who is going to inspire for pure devotion. So this book, Bhagavad Swami says, will segregate. It will keep the volcanic eruption away from the peace and prosperity of a sadhaka. O Sanatan, may occur ocean of bhakti rasa remain for a long time, restricting the harsh argument of the proponents of karma and jnana, just as the ocean restricts the flame of the Badava fire, which is volcanic eruption. So don't get into the argument of karma and jnana. Rather, just swim deeper into the ocean of bhakti. So after that, there are quick segmentation of what are the topic that we are going to discuss in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, ocean has ocean, it has 4 sections. Is it 4 part? So Eastern Ocean, Southern Ocean, Western Ocean, Northern Ocean. Normally we say, right, that ocean has east, ocean east part, and then it has west part, and then it has south part, and it has north part. And then these distinctions are done based upon the type of waves that is retained, that is exhibited, that is shown by that particular part of ocean. So for this course, Prabhupada also gave very sincere advice that unless and until we have not made sufficient advancement, we should not study the other part of the ocean. So for this discussion, for this course, we are only going to study Eastern Ocean, which is part 1. And this ocean has 4 waves. So first wave is going to help us understand what is devotional service. What is devotional service? Samanya, definition, the very generic definition of bhakti. And that's the definition we have to stick to. So going ahead, bhakti means what for me? We'll understand by Rupa Goswami. in chapter 1. And then wave 2 talks about sadhana bhakti. So this is the major content of our discussion. Vaidhi bhakti and Raganuga bhakti. What are the anga of bhakti? All of that we are going to study in wave 2. And as a sadhaka, that is what we have to know. What we should do, what we should not do, right? That is the major focus. So from chapter 2 to chapter 16, we'll very much talk about sadhana bhakti, and then very short discussion of bhava bhakti, which is wave 3rd, and final wave is prema bhakti. So total 19 chapter we have to study from Nectar of Devotion, not entire Nectar of Devotion, only 19 chapter, only one part, Eastern Ocean, we have to study. And that part will help us understand what is definition of the bhakti. And then bhakti, then we do sadhana bhakti. So sadhana bhakti, the definition of bhakti that we take is attached to sadhana. Sadhana you do, but with that understanding of bhakti. Then after sadhana, we come to higher stage, which means Vaidhi. You have followed Vaidhi bhakti, Raganuga bhakti. Then you have come to the stage of bhava bhakti, where our bhakti is very, very matured. They say it's very similar to a flower which is budding, which is about to bud. And then finally, a full grown up, fully open flower. That is Prema Bhakti. So this discussion that we are going to go through will take us from ordinary understanding of bhakti all the way up to Prema Bhakti. So that's what Prabhupada is summarizing in the introduction. And from next class, we'll get into chapter 1, and we'll try to understand the later part of the introduction, which is giving the pure definition, the definition of bhakti. What is the bhakti actually? What is bhakti? What is the meaning of bhakti for us? Whenever we say bhakti, what exactly we are saying? That is the later part of the introduction, which we'll talk in next class. Anything anybody would like to talk, ask, share? Did it make sense?
I have one question, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So here is very nice the shark example you have
Yep.
shared. So joyfully swimming in deeper water as the bhakti, that is good. Second one, they ignore the rivers, and the rivers of liberation mentioned in the screenshot, and as well as it is said,
Jnana and karma.
yeah, and you also said it is a shallow because of the shallow. So the rivers are shallow, so that maybe the fisherman can capture it. So how these two are related, Prabhuji? So one way it is said that rivers are compared to liberation, and another side is compared to shallow. So is it the liberation is shallow? That's how it is?
Yeah. All other goals. Vilasita Sunyam Gyan Karmadhyanavritam. Yes, according to Brahmada Gauriya Sampradaya teaching, all other goals are shallow goal. The main goal is, or ultimate goal is to engage in bhakti, devotional service.
Okay.
Bhukti, mukti, bhogi, kami, sakale asan. Krishna bhakta is kama atayva sant. So engaging in unalloyed pure devotion is ultimate goal. I mean, it depends, how high you are seeing from, right? Mukti definitely is very high goal. For Brahmanwadi, merging into the Brahman definitely is a very high goal. But What teaching Mahaprabhu gave was pure bhakti. And in comparison to pure bhakti, everything else is shallow. Yes. What do you think about mukti? You think that mukti cannot be said as shallow?
No. I was thinking because it is compared, the mukti compared to a river.
Yeah.
So the one way, yes, river is shallow compared to the ocean. So net fisherman can capture it easily. So the other that's related, that's good there. But when it is compared to rivers, the preparation, that's where I was trying to understand why it is the river is compared to the mukti. So or liberation.
Yeah, because as long as there is self-desire, right,
Hmm.
it's considered shallow. So, and when you will see the definition of bhakti term in next class, Rupa Goswami says that anya vilasita sunyam gyan karmadi anavritam. Any avilasa is there. So karma is performed, ritualistic ceremony is performed with the ambition that I'll go to higher planetary system. Aham Brahmasmi, they say. This Brahman theology is being practiced because I myself will become, Brahman. Or mukti is performed, the process of, liberation is performed, that I'll become free from the repeated birth and death. So this I is still there. But anukulenu krishnanu silnam bhaktir uttamam. So when we don't care about I, we do things only for the pleasure of Supreme Lord. That is purest of the pure bhakti. And gopis are example of that. Gopis are always working for the pleasure of Krishna. There is one story that once Krishna wanted to show to Narad Muni that why gopi are such a exalted devotee. He said that I have headache. You know, there are many ways this pastime has been narrated. Krishna said that I have headache and I need dust from my devotee feet. If I take the dust from the feet of my devotee and put it on my forehead, my headache will go away. So then it was asked, by great sages, the sages who were, always worshipping form of supreme, one of the form of the Lord. And Narada Muni reached out to them and asked them, can we get some dust from your feet? Because Krishna has headache. Then they said, how Krishna can have headache at first place? And even if he has headache, why should I give my dust? Because if I give my dust to Krishna, and if he puts on his head, then we are going to be punished. This is sin. And for that sin, we will have to suffer life after life, life after life, life after life. So we cannot do that offense. It's offensive to give our dust. But same Narad Muni went to gopis and asked that Krishna has headache and he wants dust. Gopi says, if my dust will help Krishna cure his headache, they started, tapping their feet. Please take all the dust that I have in my feet. And for that offense, for that sin, if I have to go to helliest of the hellish planet, I'm ready to go. As long as it pleases Krishna, I'm ready to go to, the holiest most place. Doesn't matter. The most important thing is that pleasure, happiness of Krishna. Okay. So bhakti, whenever in bhakti, if I is standing, that is still contaminated bhakti. Bhakti is supreme. That's why we talk about purification. We say that I haven't been purified. I'm doing a little bit service and I'm, expecting that somebody should come and appreciate. Somebody should come and glorify my service. Somebody should come and say, I'm great. I gave a class. I want somebody to come and clap and say, you are excellent, Prabhu. Your class is so methodical, so technical, this and that. It's good to have the appreciation. But as long as there is some return expected to the service that we do, that is still considered some degree of contamination. So pure bhakti, Rupa Goswami defines that we'll hear in next class, means free from all of this I and we. Whatever is favorable to Krishna, we'll do that. That's what we have to do. Whatever makes Krishna happy, that's the work we have to do. Our happiness is not important. If we are doing that, then we are performing pure bhakti. So in all of these other processes that we have, there is still self benefit. But in pure bhakti, no, we don't do. If we are doing bhakti thinking that, what, by this bhakti, I'll become free from the cycle of birth and death, then it's mukti that we are endeavoring for. We are not endeavoring for pure bhakti. Pure bhakti means doing what is pleasing to Krishna. My pleasure might not be there, but if it's pleasing to Krishna, and that's why, uh, the attachment that we have for the things of the material world, Rupa Goswami has put into 4 categories. The first one, he says, Visaya Shakti, where one is completely attached to enjoy the things of the material world. That is Visaya Shakti. That person, sometimes we say Karm Kandi or materialistic people, or people of this world, all of that word we use. They are enjoying the stuff, the things that is there. Higher than that is Yukt Vairagya. Yukt Vairagya, Rupa Goswami says, where one has some detachment, but there's still some attachment. But they do things which are related to Krishna. Okay, so most of the thing that we do, like we still live in a good house, but we have temple. We have a car, but we go to temple. So they still enjoy the things, but those things are related to Krishna's service, but it's still not fully purified. Okay, then higher than that is Yukt Vairagya. You will hear the definition. Yukt Vairagya means in the stage where you only possess as much as is needed for the service of Krishna. Like for example, like chamra. What is the use of chamra for you? Do you use chamra to fan? No. Or you have peacock fan. Anything that we do with the fans, but we keep very carefully in our houses, because chamara and fan we have to use during deity worship. So that's Yukt Vairagya stage, where devotee have only the possessions, like most of the sannyasi. When they become sannyasi, they don't have any possession. If they are following really, all they do is that they have the things which are necessary for preaching and promoting Krishna consciousness. And finally, spontaneous, like all these gopis, they have just love for Krishna. They don't know anything else. All they have is that, Tumi tu amar, ami tu tomar. You are mine and I'm yours. That's very, big concept that is presented by, Acharya of all other sampradaya. Although I'm saying in the Bangla, but that's the concept. Tumi tu amar, ami tu tomar. Asila seva padratam, pinasto ma madrasan marman idam karotua. This is the pinnacle of the, bhakti. That my dear Lord, I am yours, you are mine. What do I need? I'm here for you. I'm here in your service, and you are also nothing but you are mine. So that comes only That's the progressive stage of bhakti. In bhakti also, we have to advance, come to that stage where we start saying that mere to girdhar gopal dusro na koi. This is not simple statement, very deep statement. Same statement has been said in our sampradaya that ami tu tomar tumi to amar. I am yours, you are mine. Same thing. My dear Lord, I am yours and you are mine. But at that time, all that other ulterior goals that one has is completely discarded, completely vanquished. But does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thanks so much.
So that's how it is. So pure bhakti means like this. Pure bhakti means, we are practicing, but we have to, when we say advancing in Krishna consciousness, means detaching ourselves that I am the doer, I'm the one who can do this, I'm all of that has to sarvpadhi binur muktena tatparotena nirmalam. You will see that verse. Bhagavatam verse is compared with the definition of the bhakti that is given by Rupa Goswami. We'll talk about it. So pure bhakti means coming to that stage that, my dear Lord, I am yours, you are mine. My position is that you are mine. And what I have, I am very proud that you think that I'm yours. So very high stage. Take the example of our six Goswami. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, what they had. That's very, 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 very high stage. Okay. So pure bhakti is not aspiring for any other goal. Even in the bhakti, if we have goal to be liberated, then you will get liberation. We are following the anga of bhakti, limbs of bhakti for liberation, right? And many times they say that, you have something very precious, but you are using it to buy something very cheap. So in bhakti, we should slowly and slowly practice to be free from all other desire. Only one desire, my dear Lord, how can I please you? How can I be engaged in your service for your pleasure? That is topmost class of bhakti, which gopis are doing. Okay, I went half an hour over, but that's fine. Anybody else has anything before we adjourn? Did it make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I had a question if it is not too late. I know it
No,
is
we
late.
can talk, Prabhu. That's fine. Please go ahead. It will help others
Okay, so
also.
this book is known as Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, and you have showed that nice diagram about the 5 primary rasas and 7 secondary rasas. I think 2 questions coming out of it. So the 2 or 3. So the 5 primary rasas, they are the Shuddh rasa, right? I mean, and the secondary rasas are tainted with material, or will be applicable to those people who are materially tainted.
Go ahead, Prabhu.
So is that a correct statement, Prabhuji? The
Yeah, primary
5
rasas
primary
are
rasas.
the mellows through which
Mhm.
one can engage in devotional service for the pleasure of Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Alone. Okay.
Yes. So primary rasa is the purpose of all other, but those rasas are also, in Bhagavatam there is verse that says that, what is that verse that says that you have a calm or you have what is that? Akam sarva kamo va? That verse, remember?
Kama sarva kamoka, moksha kama udaradhi,
Udardi. Yes.
ba-
So even if you have,
kindena bhakti.
yes, that's the verse. I'm forgetting right now. So yes. So the thing is that even if you have desire or you have no desire, still do the bhakti of Krishna, because with that process there will be some purification, right? So
Right.
exactly. So even if there is some other motivation, but still if it's related to Krishna, then with due course of time, Krishna will purify and bring us to the primary rasa, where we are performing the bhakti as a dash or as a shakha or as a vatsalya or in the conjugal dealing with him, or Santarasa. So those are the highest melo through which we can appreciate or we can express our devotion towards Krishna. Secondary rasa
So
is the
this,
weak form of expression.
yeah. So this Damodar Mas celebration is like uh, it's the we sing that Damodar
Ashtakam.
Ashtakam. So in that Satyavrat Muni is kind of basically hoping to just have that pure mellow of Vatsal or appreciation of Yashoda's love, Vatsalya
Yeah,
Rup.
pure devotion, pure
Oh.
devotion. She's appreciating. Yeah, she's appreciating the pure devotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Sadhvajanand Prabhu is citing a verse from Sargoswami Astaka.
Yes, Prabhuji. I guess you're
Taktva turnamashesha mandalpati srenim sada tukchava bhutva dina ganesha kaukarunaya paupina kanthasaro. It is beautiful verse. Gopi bhava rasamritabdi lahari kailol magnau muhu Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghujugo Sri Jiva Gopalako. Yes, Prabhu, please read that verse. Yeah, you quoted a good verse. Yes,
yeah.
that's
So when we are talking about the Rasamrita, so this is what came to my mind,
yeah.
Prabhuji.
They are very much enjoying the ocean of bhakti. That's what it says there.
These are beautiful verses of the Sat Goswamastakam. So yeah.
Yes,
You all
right.
also again like Shat Goswamis, you are referring to came to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sargoswamis, are our goal, Prabhu. They are the you know one who we should really try to follow. They are the, gold standard, you say? All of our acharyas, Rupa Goswami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Sanatana Goswami, all of those, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baldev Vidyabhushan, they all are gold standard. And we should try to be like them, critically. That's the Suddha Bhakti. Try to do it, as much as possible. Don't worry too much, pure Bhakti. One thing that I always, request, and I also aspire that as much as possible, don't waste time. Try to do pure bhakti. Whatever I can, just put our best forward. Krishna is there, So such a kind father. He will give that kind of realization, I can tell you one very important thing. Whatever you are aspiring to, that type of realization Krishna will give you. If you aspire that, my dear Lord, I want to be servants of the servants of the servants of all the devotee. I'm trying it, but it's not working. My false ego still comes in my way. And Krishna will give the evidences that why you should be servant of the servant, because see, the six Goswamis are like that. So at least aspire to be a pure bhakta. Then the realizations will come like that. Krishna will help you make those, things form and convince you that yes, this is how you should do. So, yes. Thank you. I think we'll adjourn here and we'll connect next Saturday. This is a very beautiful, beautiful book. Okay. You'll really love it. I love it, because it reminds me about everything that I need to know also. This is coming from Rupa Goswami. So very powerful. Don't think it's simple. Please,
So exam we
patiently.
will we have when we are having exam.
Mataji is doing it, so please
Okay.
help her understand, get the dates.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. वंश कल्पातरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद के जय